This is it. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. Got Goldee and DJ Hard.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. I'm Goldee, your West Coast host. I got my partner DJ Hard, Sweet Folk, Louisiana. We got a magnificent show today. The topic is going to be Young Thug, and we're going to critique his incident, his situation. You know, saying of getting caught up. So yeah, we're going to critique that. We want to point out some issues with, his situation. And, we're going to see what we can come up with the final analysis of what we see, our insight, our point of view. What's up with it, DJ?
Oh, man, I'm here. And matter of fact, when I thought about this Young Thug thing, and I said, man, I gotta give a shout out to my nephew, man. Rest in peace, Ketchy the Great.
Ketchy the Great. Yeah.
I want to say rest in peace for him, and I want to send my condolences out to the family. That's my nephew, but I didn't get a chance to holler at all the family because I wasn't able to go to the funeral. That's
right.
By me being here in Louisiana, struggling with this music industry.
Yeah, well, Ketchy the Great, man, he was definitely, up and coming, up in the hip hop world. And, he was handling his business, with the rap. And, he gonna definitely be missed. That's family, And, rest in peace.
Yeah, well, we got some screen share that we're going to do, but first we're going to start off with Young Thug. And right now, I guess we might as well move into it because we got Young Thug's picture up. And what I was thinking about is like, why was he on the Breakfast Show? That's my point of view as an artist. And I'm trying to figure out why was he on there? Was he trying to handle business or what?
Well, from my observation of this interview that he did on the Breakfast Club, it opened up a whole lot. I got a lot of answers, dealing with, I'm really, looking at it from, we got people all over on the internet, already, doing their own investigation as if, they actual law enforcement and qualified to do all this, their own personal investigation. And there's so much controversy, on how this all went down. And, from my information, he's being charged with numerous crimes. Him and I think it's 27 other co-defendants, crime partners he got. And from what I have read, he have been under investigation since 2012. And so that's that under investigation like that is actually what they call a secret indictment. You know what I'm saying? The way that a secret indictment comes about, you gotta have snitches. You gotta be somebody pointing the finger, saying you doing this or you doing that, and then when the law get involved, they bring together a grand jury. And they decide, to indict you. So they start gathering and collecting their evidence before you get arrested, So when they do get you, they got you. And they trying to
Well,
That's in charge of them with the RICO, which is it's called the RICO Act, which they used. The RICO Act, it started out with the mafia. The mafia was winning so many cases, getting caught up and beating so many cases and getting out to they figured out, okay, they come up with the RICO Act. You know what I'm saying? Once you get charged up under the RICO Act, you ain't got no action on getting out. You know, so that's what they got Young Thug up under the RICO Act. As like I said, this investigation started like 2012, and so he been doing this thing since then. And then, you know what I'm saying, he comes to they evidently, you know what I'm saying, they hook him up. I say they set him up, having them come on the Breakfast Club and sitting up there spilling the beans on himself, opening up about his whole history from 16 years old up until today, and you know, the stuff that came out of his mouth, man, about, you know, his history is you know, is gonna be, to me, is gonna be held against him in the court of law. And I really feel that this interview that he did on the Breakfast Club is gonna come back to Honey as evidence, words coming out of his mouth, you know what I'm saying, telling on himself, you know. And my thing is this, the reason he came on the Breakfast Club is because he probably wanted to come on the Breakfast Club before this interview. However, he had beef with Charlamagne, the guy. And, you know what I'm saying, he put a Godfather threat on Charlamagne. So Charlamagne, you know what I'm saying, you know, he's an industry man. So he's not no street guy. You know what I'm saying? He don't, you know, he's just a square, you know, industry person. So his mentality is not on street, but if he had conflict with a street person, automatically, you know, someone saying that squareness gonna come up out of him, and he gonna take that business to his people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm also thinking about, you know, he works, Charlamagne the God works with a company, might have company policies that might mean some extra involvement with the police.
Well, of course they do, because it's the criteria of people that they dealing with. They dealing with rappers. Rappers is known, you know what I'm saying, to be dangerous. And if a rapper put a Godfather threat out on a square, automatically a square is going to go to the law. You know what I'm saying? If he don't do nothing but report it, if his company is going to advise him to report it. If you don't do nothing else, report it, because, you know, the person, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, I know it put fear in him. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, he a square, so he ain't going to do nothing. But my thing is this. You know, it could have went down like that. You know, Charlamagne did what he felt was best for him to do, to put protection on himself as a square. And you know what I'm saying, he took that to his people, or then somebody probably went to the authority. Later on down the line, him and Young Thugger, they squashed the beat. So that's how Young Thugger ended up getting on the Breakfast Club, because they had squashed the beat. But my thing is this, you know, he, at the time that he did the Breakfast Club, he didn't know that he was under a secret indictment. Now, I don't know if old boy knew, Charlamagne knew, if Charlamagne did make a report saying, you know, you fear or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I had, you know, words with this dude right here, and woo woo woo, just for safety or protection, for my have fear for him or his family or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because
well, you know what?
Thug's reputation, and him being a square, this is how, you know, a square gonna operate. You know, I'm not saying that it actually went down like that, but it wouldn't surprise me if this show don't come up in as evidence. You know what I'm saying?
Check it out. I think I'm a big square, man, because I heard about lean before, and Young Thug talked about he drink lean. So matter of fact, that's why I'm talking about Ketchy the Great. That's one of the things that might have caused his death. Accidental death. Early death. All right. But what is lean, man? Can you buy that in the liquor store?
Nah, man, hell no. That's lean is a narcotic. It's a drug. Yeah, so we're saying it's liquid form. You know what I'm saying? And they drank it. It's called like syrup. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
okay. Well,
it's very popular. You know what I'm saying with the rappers. You know what I'm saying because they get that sensation, that high sensation off of it, and whatever euphoria, whatever mood it puts them in, but at the same time, is so dangerous and deadly. You know, someone saying that you can, I guess, OD on it and put yourself in a bad position, like what happened with Ketchy the Great. He got hit by a car. He was in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Now,
yeah.
so he had to be, if they, allegedly under the influence, you know what I'm saying, of lean. So
Well,
that's what
I'm glad
it could do. It could wreck your life.
I'm glad we're talking about that because I got a song called "No Drunk Driving." I like to have my beer. I got my beer in the freezer right now, chilling. So like when I get through with this show, I'm giving me a little sip. But I ain't planning on driving. But anyway,
Well,
I ain't putting nothing in my body that have me going haywire, man. Because look, you got to think nowadays. I'm trying to come up with a better industry than what I'm dealing with. Or if I stick with music, I'm trying to get them to raise the streaming rates. I'm trying to promote, some advocacy toward getting better streaming rates. I need a pay raise, when it comes to all these streaming services. So
we got the mentality of our people that's in the rapping industry today. You know what I'm saying? They touching a lot of money and stuff, and you know what I'm saying? They still, you know what I'm saying? They already, you know what I'm saying, out of pocket, you know what I'm saying, with the lyrics of their music, you know what I'm saying? Because all of that is nothing but negative music, and that music, that negativism get passed down to the younger people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's bad enough as it is, but then they want to go over and above that, so they want to still dibble and dabble into illegal stuff on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Drugs, murder, and stuff like that. But they got a gang of money. You know what I'm saying? But they can't figure out, you know what I'm saying, how I can take this money and invest it, you know what I'm saying, to be helpful or beneficial, you know what I'm saying, to my people. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well,
They image that they portraying is just all out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? And
hey, wait a minute. I want to stop. I want to stop there. I want to tell my fans that this is the reason why we had a show is to get into some discussions and to get some new opinions, from some guys that's been around for a while and people who study like me and Goldie, we study American history. So this criminal justice system is tied up in that as I study reparations. I say we might have problems coming up with reparations. So I'm just saying you got to learn how to manage money. You got to know how to identify, a need and be able to solve that need. That's your business. So I'm spotting a couple of industries already. Right? It's like as I look at it, man, with just government contracts. Now you can't be doing no gangster ass shit and try to get government contracts, right? But if I was a film organization and had my stuff well organized and up and running, then I can put in a bid to get a government contract to do these public meetings for a personal
yeah, that's
public
all
comment.
fine and dandy. That's all good. But the thing is, these youngsters, they frame of mind is not on that. you know what I'm saying, their mentality is not there. They don't even have political insight. You know what I'm saying? Once they touch that money, they just get wild, they get outrageous, they think they untouchable, you know what I'm saying? And they do retarded stuff. They, you know what I'm saying, sit up there and make music, make these lyrics telling a story of the corruption that they have, you know what I'm saying, uh, uh, done. You
Well,
know,
yeah,
and it's like one thing these youngsters need to, you know what I'm saying, need to start learning, studying, and learning, you know what I'm saying, so they could get some political insight. You know what I'm saying? So when they do touch that money, they could know what to do with it instead of just, you know what I'm saying, letting it all come to a waste and end up going right back, you know what I'm saying, to the person that they got it from.
yeah. Well, you know, another topic that the Breakfast Show brought up is like he had uh, maybe a 300,000 or $400,000 Rolls Royce, and he's out there taking the back to it. I could see it in the film industry now. If you're trying to make a blockbuster movie, and you know you can afford to, you know, get a profit where you could pay for that, but
Man, you ain't never seen in the film industry nobody tearing up no Rolls Royce with no damn back. Ain't nobody got this that retarded gonna do no shit. They'll spend no $400,000 cash out for a car and then turn around just because he want a high sign. He want to show, you know, what I'm saying, how to out of pocket he is with having money. You know, what I'm saying, he can't think of how he could have took that $400,000, man, and did something great. You know what I'm
he
saying?
could have got a tax write off. He could have, like, you know, like he got a
He
son.
probably got a tax write off on it anyway.
Yeah, but he could have gave his son some money for a college fund and probably got a tax write off, you know, for that. You know, you feel me?
There's a whole lot of positive things he could have done with it besides showing that his mentality is so low budget, you know what I'm saying, and his ego, you know what I'm saying, is so out there to he think, you know what I'm saying, this is flossing, this is high signing, you know what I'm saying, and I got it like that, you know what I'm saying? But that shit don't work, man, you know, because you got the money, but you know, it's money in the hands of a fool. You know what I'm saying? So money in the hands of a fool, you know what I'm saying, is that money he gonna lose it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well,
So
I'm glad we're talking about this because look, even if he know he's a fool, he needs to still think about the future, right? And that means that maybe he's gonna have to get him a media consultant. So when he go on shows like this, he'll have a definite purpose. You know, like promoting a concert, promoting the album, promoting the movie, or maybe if he bought a restaurant, he's on the show to promote that restaurant, or wrote a book. He's on this show to you know, promote that. But it seemed like he went on this show as an ego trip.
he went on this show as this is how they get down today, man. He's not looking at, you know what I'm saying, how he's incriminating himself. He's not looking at how, you know what I'm saying, those statements can be held against you somewhere down the line. He's thinking he's telling his life history since 16. I've been reputable out here in these streets. I've been getting money. I was already famous. You know what I'm saying? So that's bred into his system. And he didn't know how to, you know what I'm saying, mature in the game, you know what I'm saying? And he just got stuck out there, you know what I'm saying? And that's why even when he tried to do some stand up shit and make his business, the slime, you know what I'm saying, mob, try to make that a business, he like, you know what I'm saying, really didn't know how to go at it because he's was so caught up into, you know what I'm saying, living the street life. And the thing it is that these youngsters got life twisted. because you know, even you know, so I'm saying when we was coming up as young dudes out there, you know, so I'm saying doing this and doing that, you know, what I'm saying we used finesse. We was trying to be undercover, you know, so I'm saying we wasn't, you know, what I'm saying trying to be out there in the limelight, you know, what I'm saying be on Front Street, you know,
Yeah.
what I'm saying we learned always try to have a front when you're doing some illegal shit, have some type of front, something to back that up. And you know what I'm saying? But now with the media, they got the access that they have to the media. They take that media and they use it, you know what I'm saying, to tell all about themselves and stuff like that. And they don't pull no punches. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
They just loose lip, you know what I'm saying? And they think that they getting stripes under their belt when they sit up there telling on themselves and stuff like that. So this is the
I'm saying,
results of it.
I'm saying, yeah, because I'm hearing it right here in this show, man. I mean, homeboy asked him a question, and some kind of way, part of the answer came back, I'm a gangster. You know, I mean, wow, man, you supposed to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't he say I'm a rap artist? But he gonna say I'm a gangster. You know.
Well, see, that's how he got set up. See, that's how that these you know, doing these interviews, you know, here's a person that you already had beef with, but he got a show. He gets you on his show. You know what I'm saying? He know, you know, you're a young dude. You know what I'm saying? He know that, you know, things that you say can be used against you somewhere down the line. You know what I'm saying? He got enough sense to know that. And when you come to his show, you know what I'm saying, he should be like certain things I'm not even fixing to, you know, I don't even want you to be talking about or, you know what I'm saying, put it on air like that, you know. So, you know, I'm gonna stick to, you know, saying all your achievements. I'm not going to be
Yeah.
sitting up here discussing all this negative stuff that you're doing or have done because that's not the image we want you to be portraying. You know, so we're saying to the youth. You know, so
Well,
the you know
I'm just saying, you know, I'm in the music business, and I'm saying, man, look, nowadays it look like you got to stay focused. You know, I may be an OG, but I'm in the beginning of my career, man. I need to switch over and show you what my stats is today, because I'm telling you, they're good, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm dealing with advertising my music on number one music. I look at every streaming platform as a way of advertising. That's because the amount of money you getting. Maybe this is the reason why he's you know, twisted up in this gangbanging stuff, because streams don't pay that much. All right, so that's the issue right there, man. You know, as we go through this talk about
that
reparation.
is the issue, and I agree with you. But at the same time, when you touch that much money, you know what I'm saying, you can invest that money in legitimate, you know, so we're saying businesses and things like that. You don't, you know, you don't stay. Way I learned the game, you know, so I'm saying you in the game really to get out the game. You know, so I'm saying that means you trying to reach, you know, what I'm saying a certain point in the game to where you can retire from the game. You know, so I'm saying, and live off of, you know, what I'm saying that retirement from the game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the way they be going at it, it's like, you know, you sitting up here, you doing illegal stuff, you breaking laws, you know what I'm saying, you harming people, and you sitting up here and you just copping out to it. You
Yeah,
know,
well,
what do it take? What do it
I'm
take? What
telling
type
you.
of brain work do it take for a person to realize that he incriminate himself, man?
Hey, well, look, you know, I'm glad we're having this conversation. I'm glad we're digging in on these issues, because when I first started in the music business, I started as a manager of rap groups. And matter of fact, one time I went to a music festival, I think down in New Orleans, and they called it the Cutting Edge. And then this big old tall guy came up to me. You know, he looked like he was probably an ex-basketball player, and he definitely looked rich. And he said, "Man, you know, I work with any group that you got. You know, any rap group that you got, as long as you manage them. All right." And then he told me the reason why. He said, "Too many of my friends that got killed by their artists."
Yeah.
So I said, okay, from that point on, I said, now if I'm involved, then I'm going to teach them how to make friends, you know, versus enemies. Because that's what you're going to need in the business to really have a permanent in a long-term career, right? Because he living the fast life, he zoom up and crash and burn. And he's on this crash and burn right now with this court case, with this RICO case.
Well, the thing it is that I want to touch on the point you brought up. You in the way you saying that you feel like for a purpose of his status, you know what I'm saying, his managers and stuff should always, you know what I'm saying, make sure that if you're going to go on to do a talk show interview, you know exactly, you know, what they're going to ask you and stuff like that. And then, I mean, advise him. But I look at it like this. The reason he's not getting that type of advice or didn't get that type of advice is because the industry is pushing the line for these rappers to, you know what I'm saying, perpetrate, you know what I'm saying, all that, you know what I'm saying, type of information out there to the world. You know, this is they pushing them to do this. This is, you know what I'm saying, so they under their control. You know what I'm saying? So that's a reason to me for him putting himself in a position to be set up, to be crossed, because just the mere fact of him doing this show and him, you know what I'm saying, saying the stuff that he was saying about, you know what I'm saying, his thug life, you know, will come back to hunt him. And I still say that I believe that this interview is going to come up against him as evidence. And because if a jury ever sees this thing right here,
we're going to move on to our next screen share.
You know what I'm saying? If the jury ever see this tape, he don't got a chance, bro. That's it.
All right. Well, we're going to put a wrap on this segment and move on to our next one. 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Be right back with you. Welcome back to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. We're going to move on to Ketchy the Great, nephew Ketchy the Great. He's actually a family member, and I want to say rest in peace. And, we didn't have a chance to really do any type of documentation, on our family, on our fam, but, here we are today, we're going to, give him some life for the day.
Yeah, so what I did is I picked out 2 videos. This is my nephew, Ketchy the Great. I talked to his mom right before production of this show. That was yesterday. And told her that I was going to give him a shout out. And matter of fact, I'm going to hit this like button and we're going to play. All right, well, I got to sign in, so let's just play. Hey, I got another video. Let's see if I can get it to play. Okay, hang on. We're gonna be right back.
I just wanna say I'm on my way, baby. Hello, my baby. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm on my way. Trying to make my way. There's an accident stuck in me. Trappin. I'm on my way to see you today.
All right, we're going to go back to the screen share.
Ketchy the Great, one of his latest videos. Let's do it. You see him pull out that bottle? That's lean right there. Now that's what I'm talking about. How they just expose everything. They put it all right there. That's lean. That's lean. You know what I'm saying? What? That's narcotics, syrup, and that was, you know what I'm saying, allegedly, what was the cause of his death at a very young, talented age. Up and coming, you know what I'm saying? And that's all it took right there to waste his life. And that's it. That's how that name comes. It comes in a bottle, just like that.
Well, I'm going to stick to my motto. I'm not going to try to put anything in my body that's going to have me going haywire. And matter of fact, I like my beer and my Hennessy's, but I'm not going to drink and drive. That's like a rule, So...
well, the whole thing is this you see, what they doing is, see, this is all illegal right here, and they putting it on film. You feel me? That's the whole thing. You know, the whole reason that I want to do this because this should be a wake up call. You know what I'm saying? Because this type of stuff right here, like I said, is negative. You putting people up on game that, squares don't need to be up on, first of all. And, they only open up to the squares, but you open it up to the whole world. And automatically, the law is, eyes is all on these videos. And so I just want to point out, how they put it down.
And I noticed that Young Thug, he be putting all kind of gangster stuff up in his lyrics, and I haven't seen many of his. I haven't seen none of his videos, really, none. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, Young Thug is done, and as far as, like I said, that one interview he did with the Breakfast Club, that's gonna wash him up. I don't care what nobody say. That is gonna wash him up. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that these youngsters stop and think and realize and pay attention to how this is going down, how they getting caught up, and they got to figure out a way, want to express, your lyrics, you're going to have to, tighten them up and spit them out there, in a whole different technique instead of, sitting up there snitching on your own self.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, when Ketchy the Great was doing his thing, here I am over here in Louisiana, and I wasn't even aware that he was that far along in his career, man. That's that lack of communication in the family, so.
That's right.
And as I think about what I would say in my public comment to the AB 3121 Reparation Task Force, I would say that the reason why I'm trying to get involved with building the industry around helping people get their reparation is to have a little bit of time to explain to them or refer them to some good money management ideas.
Well, that's a good thought. And hopefully, they pick up on it. But this right here is really like, if they continue to get on like this, it's like a setback. It's it's a hindrance.
Yeah.
To our come up, and the accomplishments that we trying to make as a people. And the industry is misguiding these youngsters with the money. They get caught up once they touch all that money, and they become like robots to the system.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I want to skip forward a little bit on this song. See if we can get into the music. I want to hear the music.
Young niggas stay work, nigga in that field, nigga can't be worthless. Better hit a lick and send that bitch when she get thirsty. If I go broke, then my bottom will be a surgeon. Cuffing and loving the thought, what's your purpose? I'm nervous. Boy, I got a chopper, I'll hurt you. Curving. Boy, I treat my bitch like a serpent. Slurp me, if she got dough, she can slurp me. Searching for merch on alert for some new merch. Gigging, I'm swerving, I'm hurting hoes on purpose. Trading sauce for what I can make her purse, cause she's worthless. She don't know that I'll make her make sense. Rick going step on the pedal of a spaceship. Serving cat to a trip, that's how I make tips. Xanax bar, better powder just to wake the bitch. Oxycontin and a molly on the space. Oxygen off my...
Damn.
That whole song is the only thing it's about perpetrating drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, if I was able to get involved and they would listen to him, I said, okay, you started out like that, man, but let's go from boys to men, let's get a progression going, man. You gotta move in a higher direction sooner or later, man. Let's hurry up and do it. Huh?
Well, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole point. They not getting action at, you know what I'm saying, going from boys to men because, you know, they caught up. They caught up with the system to whereas it sets them up and it crosses them out of their whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, that's just, you know, like I say, man, it's just that, you know, our youngsters got to start taking time out to listen to the elders because when we was youngsters, we listened to the elders. The elders, you know what I'm saying, kept us from getting caught up in doing dumb stuff, you know. And these youngsters now, they don't want to listen to the OGs, you know what I'm saying? They want to do things how they want to do it, and they doing it without any structure, you know what I'm saying, without any order, you know, and they just on the whim, jumping up, doing stuff, and they don't got no really, they don't have nothing behind them like a real true, you know what I'm saying, reason for it. You know, it's a fad. They caught up into a fad world.
Yeah, but what
You know
I
what I'm
be
saying?
tripping on, what I be tripping on is how much talent they got, you know, in the smooth flow. You understand what I'm saying? The picks of the music and you know the vibration, you know, except for the content of the lyrics, you understand? You know, they got a lot of talent, man. You know, so you know, that's what I'm saying. You gotta graduate out of that, man. You don't need to stay on the same level your whole life, man. It's about progress, making progress. But I want to hear it a little bit more of this song because he got talent, man. I'm gonna give a shout out to him on the real. Rest in peace.
Man,
Ketchy.
having talent is like a fool that having money. You know what I'm saying? It's not, if you're not taking your talent and using it in a positive way that's going to be beneficial to other people and helpful to other people, it's just, it's wasted talent.
Well,
Wasted talent.
I
And
guess
it's
I
sending the
want.
wrong image and it's sending the wrong message. Bottom line, it all ends up boiled down to destruction.
All right, listen. I want to listen to a few more seconds of it because I'm just a rap fan, you know. So I know they got their problems they got to solve, and if they ever, you know, want to check me out, check out the show, we're gonna give you tips for free. You understand? But anything besides what we got going on the show, I said the revolution will not be televised. It's a private conversation, and that's gonna cost you money. All right, so you know, structure a deal when you get ready to holler at me because I gotta make a living. All right, now let's listen to this talented brother.
Up his neck, she takes a text. Think team too greedy is tatted on my flesh. The heck I like Ketchy, get the knock and then leave a mess. Fly, I'm flashy, I'm black, I'm the good finesse. I go broke my bottom bitch up be a serpent. I'm searching for merch in a skirt, I'm glittering serpent. Perking a throw up perp, I'm Mr. Perfect. I'm doing a dash and I hope it's 12 don't blur me, I'm working. You know, bitch, I be working, I'm working.
All right, hey man, I want to switch over to my thing, you know, because my music is a little bit different than his, man. So
Welcome back to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. We're going to continue on here. We still have doing screen share. DJ Hard, you know, is putting up some of his content of music. So here we go.
all right, man, this is the latest stats for the day, and still the day is not over. I'm just saying, I just stay focused on my career and my musical message, and you know, like today, I got 3,381 plays. You feel me? Now, guess what? Guess what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about anything that them young folks is talking about. Word is bond. That's instrumental. But that is about telling the truth, right? You know, when I tell you I'm going to do the very best songs I can, word is bond, right? It's going to be some of the best music you can find on earth. Word is bond. I'm telling the truth right there. And then the next thing is my favorite topic, reparation push. You know, and I got to in the well, this is for the week, right? 735 plays, right? And then remember Juneteenth. See, I sent out a newsletter to my fans and let them know I put together a production for Juneteenth, all right, and that I already had the song, and I told them about this song, and they loving it, man. Then here it is. I'm talking about freedom forever. Now, you know, that's all them people out there who's complaining about some of this music and everything, and you ain't got nothing to do with the music business. You can't help us out. You're not buying CDs. You're not buying downloads. And matter of fact, you're not even a real a super fan. You're not even a fan. You don't even stream my stuff. You know what I'm saying? And here you are complaining about the music. And you do the same thing for them rappers. You're talking all about the rappers in a negative way. But today, our show was about trying to give these young people some good advice from some OGs, all right? And guess what? Here's a song right here that's it's been going strong since New Year's. New Year's party hardy. I'm making songs about party, all right, having fun, freedom, Juneteenth, reparation, and telling the truth, all right? So here it is. I got a whole different subject matter, and I got fans loving it. All right, so but guess what? I say I'm in the beginning of my music career. I haven't done as much as Young Thug or Ketchy the Great. I'm not as popular as them, but man, I'm on my way. I'm in the beginning. Y'all put me on. You young brothers, y'all put me on. You know what I'm saying? We'll work out a deal, man. If you want to work out a deal, man, I'll make the beats or something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to talk business? Let's talk business. Let's talk about split sheets and a decent agreement, so I can keep this thing rolling. You know what I'm saying? To build film industry, build music industry, and deal with the complaints that we're dealing with.
Well, it seems like you know what I'm saying, you hanging in there with the competition. You know what I'm saying? You reached #1.
Yeah.
Excuse me, on the Billboard.
Yeah, I'm #1 in Shreveport.
You competing pretty good there. So
look at that.
They need to be calling on you.
Yeah, you see that spot? That's #1. I'm #1 in Shreveport. Now look at all these other guys, man. And let me tell you, there ain't no slackers in the top 10. No slackers in the top 10. All tough. You feel me?
Well, they need to be hitting you up. They see you #1. You hanging in there at #1. You know what I'm saying? Seems like, they should be reaching out to you.
Well, I'm just not putting the word out. So let's give it some time. I'm staying focused, man. That's what I do. And every now and then when I have time, I try to write my fans back personally, but lately there's been so much production and work that's got to go on, and especially with this heat, that slows me down on all these other things I got, because streaming ain't paying the bills, all right? That's why I'm on streaming services, man. See, y'all got all our music, you advertising. How many songs you got? Billion, right? Why you got a billion? Not because of the major record company. It's for all us little guys like me and other people from Young Thug on down to me, right? That's putting all this music up there, giving you the big numbers in it, and you advertising those big numbers. You got the catalog, you got the big catalog, right? And so you can charge $9.95 a month, yeah. And if you got 1 million times that, or 100 million times that, you get money every month. Now, where's my money? I need to teach you young people how to say that, man. Where's my money? All right, Mr. Big Streaming Service, So, I'm talking about a pay increase. Do you hear me now? All right? I'm talking to the corporate America.
Well, that's who you need to be talking to.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna continue to try to talk to them, man. I need a pay increase. Not just for me, but for everybody in this business, because you got everybody going haywire on lean and different things like that. because they can't make a decent living.
Well, it's about the size of it, you know what I'm saying? That's how they operate.
Hey, they got to supplement their income. You give us a fraction
No
of
doubt.
wait a minute. You paying a guy that say racist comments $1 million a year or something like that, and here you are giving us a fraction of a penny. Now that's not justice. Why you think I'm talking about reparation? Reparation, man, it got to deal with these corporations that's taking advantage of us, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into the conversation. I'm gonna try to understand government and how to move forward with different issues that maybe the only people can handle is the government.
Well, in this day and time, you know what I'm saying, it seems like that's really mandatory so that we all have to be, you know what I'm saying, get off into this politics and learn the operation and see what's going on so we can have a voice, you know what I'm saying, and get up out here and get some stuff changed up. You know, that's going to be for the betterment of us. So,
yeah.
You know, the struggle must go on.
You know, we're coming to the end of our show. We wanted to keep this show short, sweet, to the point. We want, you know, we want, man, I'm feeling for Young Thug, you know, and the only thing I say, man, is like you didn't have nobody in your vice like me that said, man, look, if you don't want to listen to me, call your damn lawyer. You know, before you do some stupid ass shit, get some fucking coaching. He's calling a lawyer now. You should have called a lawyer way last year. Okay, before you stepped off into this stuff and dry snitched on your doggone self, man. Talk about I'm a gangster. Man, you're supposed to be, I'm a rapper. I'm a music mogul. I'm a hip hop artist. I'm a rock star. You know,
right.
Any woman want to get with me, first thing, baby, I'm a rock star, and I'm gonna pimp this beat. But I gotta pimp something. Shit, I'm gonna pimp this beat, and don't act like I don't know what I'm doing, baby. Huh? I'm DJ Hard. I go hard at this shit, and I'm gonna keep on going hard until I make it. Yeah, or I ain't gonna be here no more. That's it. Do or die.
Okay, so there it is. We're coming to the ending of this, you know, of our show, and you know, the message is, you know what I'm saying, I hope that, you know, those who are not caught up, you know, you use this, what's going on, what's happening to other people, how they get caught up and played out of pocket, set themselves up, cross themselves, and all that stuff right there. It's time for y'all to start taking heed to what's really going on. And, you know, finesse your way through life. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you reaching a certain point in life, but then you knocking yourself out the box at the same time. And then you don't have, you know what I'm saying, your people to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? Because truthfully, all this boils down to is, you know what I'm saying, y'all exploiting your own people. So
I don't know where to get this idea that prohibited behavior need to be included in everything they do. I mean, it's prohibited behavior, man. You know, so like you should. Matter of fact, the whole idea, you know, of trying to go into business for yourself or find a job is so you don't have to do that. All right, so.
Right.
You know, people going into the military service so they don't have to do that, you know. So, I mean, it's time that we find other industries, man. It's America needs building, man. I mean, look at the supply chain we got going on, problems we got going on here. Look at how high food prices are. You didn't think about getting a doggone farm, you know.
Man.
You know, I mean, there's some black farmers out there. Maybe you could contract with them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To help you manage that stuff and grow your doggone farm. You know, by getting in touch with the Agricultural Association. You know, they got them in every state, man. You know, advisors and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? You in California, man. Why ain't you trying to go into legalized marijuana sales? You got all that bank. You should see if you get qualified for this, man. It's industries out there that you can make a gang of money, man. Huh?
Well, there it is there. And the whole thing is that, they frame of mind, they level of consciousness is not, saying at that level right there.
Well, we bringing up the suggestions. We bringing up the suggestions for them, brother. We bringing it up. I mean, maybe nobody told them, and we the first one to tell them. You know what I'm saying? So watch this show so we can learn some more.
Yeah, heave the wake up call, and before you step out there and jump on these shows and do interviews, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because when you open your mouth, you're sitting up there and you putting your own self on blast, and it ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? Once you got the law, against you, there's no way you coming up out of that. Young Thug is done. He through. He ain't coming up out of that. They got too much vicious evidence. You know what I'm saying? And it's then from what I see of the Breakfast Club interview, that right there, put him in a very bad situation.
Well, he probably got some other things that put him into bad.
So I just want to give a shout out on Mini Bike Legacy. You know what I'm saying? The summer is here. It's time to style and profile. Jump on your bikes, ride. We also have mini bike gear. We have mini bike parts. Anybody that's interested, just hit me up like Facebook or something like that. And, our Instagram. I want to give a shout out to my fam in Detroit, the Big D, United Nation in San Antonio, Texas. What's up with y'all? My fam here in the city. Hey, y'all. And that's what's up. Hope you enjoyed the show. And take us on out, DJ.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to my #1 music fans. You're helping me break records. You're helping me be #1 on the charts, and I really love you a whole bunch of that. But it's things that I need to do. I want to get a round trip ticket to California to talk to the Reparation Task Force and on that bill, AB 3121. Why am I concerned? Because I was born in Los Angeles, California. I'm an artist living in Shreveport because I can't afford to move back to California. But I see an industry there of trying to help my people get their reparation if this thing ever get passed. So I'm going to be tracking it. I'm going to be promoting it. I'm going to be trying to encourage the people who's working on it, including all the lawyers and politicians. I want to encourage you to keep going forward. Watch out for the noise. Don't be distracted. Stay focused and push this thing on through. The reparation push is real, man. Push it on through. You know what I'm saying? Bring it all the way to where you got to bring it up to. And meantime, I'll be trying to get myself educated to help serve my family in the best capacity I can with helping them get their reparations. And I would say, please pay me my money because I don't want to sue you. All right? Because if I'm going to be putting in some real work to make sure that you get paid. All right? So if we make an agreement, live up to the agreement. Word is bond. All right? I want to say good night. Thank you very much for watching the show. Please like and subscribe to our show and hit that bell notification button so you'll be the first to know when we produce a new show. And my fans, I'm going to make a special request. Upgrade yourself from fan to customer because the customer is king and that's the most important asset that you have is a good customer base that supports your industry. If you want to support this industry, streams is okay, but the way to really get direct help to the artist that's producing good stuff for you is to buy a download. At this time, we don't have any physical products. I'm experimenting with this downloads. If that don't work, don't worry about me putting out anything physical. Thank you and good night. And please don't drive drunk.
All power to reparation. Stay strong. Don't break your stride. And we'll holler back on our next session. Peace.
Here we go.
So he got that see how pretty that little bike is. All these come out, the Lolos come out. Those mini bikes, get them powder coated. That pink you seen on that pink one, that was pinkish orange, that was like a powder coat paint on that bike. Get out like that.
They're down near 120th.
This is the races. No, that's in Long Beach. Oh, that was the most recent downtown takeover. You see how them people? Oh, that was me right there. You walk by, back that up.
Here it come again.
Right there.
All right. Well, that's it.